watching today's video. In this video, we are going to be doing my August favorites. And to be honest with you guys, I had a hard time coming up with some favorites for this month. So I only have 10 things, which sounds like a lot, but usually I have to narrow down the items, and today I kind of had to search for items that I would consider favorites this month. I wanted this video to be long enough, that way it's still relaxing for you guys and enjoyable and entertaining, but I did struggle to come up with all of these items. This past month was just busier than I anticipated, and kind of just not the best month of the year. My husband and I found out some news, and we had some life changes, and then also with my job, it was back to school season, so it was just busy at work, and yeah, so life kind of got away from me, and I was really just sticking to my routine. So I don't know, I have a few items that are still fun, and I still want to talk about them with you guys. But overall, I think I'm just excited to go into September and have a fresh start. So just being vulnerable and honest with you guys, this month was crazy, and I wasn't really trying a whole lot of new items or changing up my routine. It was just a lot of the same. So if you would like to know some of my favorites, I would recommend checking out my other favorites videos from the past. I have a playlist on my channel if you want to check that out. But after my rambling, I will just jump in and show you guys the items that I did pick out. I believe this first item was also in my July favorites. These are oil absorbing sheets. That was a tongue twister. Oil absorbing sheets, and they are green tea. I got these on Amazon, and it came with a bunch of packs. It was really inexpensive, and I just get so incredibly oily in the summertime, and these are a lifesaver. I don't bring powder with me when I go anywhere. I don't bring powder to work or if I'm just out and about. So I always keep these in my bag, in my car, in my purse. And these are a necessity if you are oily. Then the only real makeup product that I wanted to show is blush. So I have two different blushes that I've loved, but I was thinking about which products have I been enjoying to apply every morning, and I feel like blush has been fun for me. I enjoy blush during the end of the summertime into fall, because I feel like we all have a little bit of color in our skin from the sunshine from the summer, and you may or may not have a little bit of that, sunburnt look. And I personally did not get to spend a ton of time outside this summer, so blush is my way of cheating the system and making it look like I've been outside. So I enjoy throwing on some blush in the mornings to give me back some life into my skin, and I just think it's a fun product to apply. So at the beginning of the month, I was wearing this blush from ColourPop. It is the ColourPop Pressed Powder Blush in Claim It. honestly I might bring back once we get a little bit further into the fall season, because it's kind of a brick red color with like an orangey undertone. Super gorgeous, and it really blends well with a bronzer. But I put that one back into my blush section of my drawers because I wanted to pull this one out. This is the Benefit Dandelion blush. And if you saw my Project Pan video, I am trying to use this one up. So that is why I brought this one back out. This one is a lot lighter of a color. So that is the Dandelion blush. It is a lot lighter and more cool toned, and it has a bit of a shine, a bit of a metallic undertone. I feel like I look like I have a bruise, but I don't think that's a bruise. I don't know what that is. So just ignore that section. It is a lighter pink color, and you can really, or I can, because I have a very light skin tone, I can apply a lot of this and it still looks natural. If you do have a medium or darker skin tone, this might not show up at all, honestly. But if you do have a light skin tone, this is so good and so easy to blend in. It also smells good. It has like a very faint smell, kind of like candy or something sweet, which I find to be pleasant, and it doesn't irritate my skin. So, I don't know. Then the next item that I have, it looks like they are makeup products, but I actually use it for a different purpose. So this is a combination. Okay, let me give you the backstory. I got this brow gel in an Ipsy bag. This is the Jasmine Beauty Brow Boss, and it was a brow styling wax. Now, you will see that there's no longer product in here. When I got this, I tried it out like 2 or 3 times on my eyebrows, as you're supposed to, and it was very thick, very wet, like to the point where I could wax down my eyebrows, and like 4 or 5 hours later, my eyebrows still felt like they were, like the gel was still wet, and it never held my eyebrows in place. It never kept them there. So I really did not like this product. I've had this product for years. Honestly, it's probably expired, but I never used it because I didn't like it for my eyebrows. Well, then one day I was like, maybe I could use that in my hair. I have a lot of flyaways right where my part is on my hair. I have a middle part, and I just have a lot of flyaways from breakage, or just like, I don't know, I guess it's probably just breakage. So I thought that I could use that for my hair, and I used up my Benefit 24-hour brow setter back in like, I don't know, May or June or something. And I put this brow wax into this container, and now I use it for my hair. So I took out the stopper, that way I could put the brow wax in here, and whenever I want to use it, I just wipe off the brush, and I brush this onto my hair. So pretend that my hair is parted, then I would just brush it onto my hair, and I either use my hands or a comb, and I can comb my hair down, and it holds the flyaways in place. And for me, it doesn't make my hair look greasy because I don't use a ton of it. I just use enough to hold down the flyaways. And then when I brush through it, it looks nice, it looks sleek, and it has just been like a really great use for this brow wax because I didn't like it as an eyebrow wax. So that's been awesome, and I feel like in the summertime I just wear my hair up all the time. I'm constantly putting my hair in a ponytail, in a braid, in a claw clip, whatever I can do to get my hair off of my neck because it's so hot. So whenever I have my hair up, I personally like to have it slicked back, and that has been really great to keep my hair slicked back. And on the same topic of hair, I love this dry shampoo. So I have used many dry shampoos in my lifetime. When I first ever started using dry shampoo, I would just buy the Walmart brand, the Equate brand, and that was awesome. I've tried the Not Your Mother's shampoo, and I also really like that one. Personally, I do not like the Batiste brand. I feel like it leaves way more of a white cast in my hair than any other dry shampoo I have ever tried. I've tried some of the like powder dry shampoos, like the I Do Care brand that you can find on Amazon. I'm not really a fan of that. So when I last ran out of dry shampoo, I was making an order on Ulta, and this was the cheapest dry shampoo that they had at the time. So I was like, let me just try this. I've used this brand. It's the Monday brand. I have used their shampoo and conditioner before, but I think that was the only thing I've ever tried from this brand. So I was like, I'll give it a shot. If I don't like it, I'll never buy it again. But I love this so much. Let me see. I can't remember right now if it has a smell. It does have a smell. It kind of just smells like any dry shampoo. It reminds me of the smell of the Batiste original dry shampoo. But I really like the way that this feels on my hair, and I feel like this can has lasted me way longer than any of my other dry shampoos. You don't really need a lot of this product, and it just goes a very long way. I really was surprised by how much I liked this product. It was a great surprise, and I will definitely repurchase this if I'm buying from Ulta. I'm sure that they sell this brand other places. I think that Walmart sells the Monday brand. Actually, I think that Target does as well, and I'm sure they have it on Amazon. But if you are looking for a new dry shampoo, I really, really liked this one, and I would definitely recommend it. So those were all of my beauty favorites for the month, but I do have some random favorites that I wanted to talk about. My first random favorite has been audiobooks, which is not new at all. You guys know, if you've followed my channel, I love audiobooks. I listened to a couple this month. I'm not going to talk about the exact audiobooks because neither of the audiobooks that I listened to were spectacular, but I think just the accessibility of audiobooks in a season of life where I'm busy and I kind of just didn't have the brain capacity to sit and read a book. Audiobooks are always a lifesaver. I constantly want to be reading, but if I'm not able to sit and focus, then audiobooks are a great way for me to do that. So this is just my shout out to audiobooks in general, and it is a bonus if they are the audiobooks that are the dramatized versions, which basically means that they have different voice actors for each character, and I think that is just spectacular. I know that like The Fourth Wing has an audiobook where each character is voiced by a different person. I think the Crescent City audiobooks were voiced by different people. It just makes it so much better. So this is just my praise to audiobooks. And in a similar realm, I have my AirPods, which are a favorite every single month, all the time. My husband got me these for Christmas in 2024, I believe. Yeah, I don't think it was this past Christmas, but the Christmas before that. And I just love these. I use these to listen to my audiobooks. I use them to listen to ASMR. When I'm editing my videos, I have these in. If I'm listening to music at home, I really love these for everything, because if I'm doing the dishes and I want to be watching something, then this helps me because I can really hear everything that's going on. And especially if my husband and I are both home at the same time, if he's watching TV in one room and I'm trying to watch a YouTube video, then these help to drown out the noise of the TV. You know, I'm sure you guys get the point, but again, just an extra shout out to my AirPods this month, because I tend to try to avoid reality by watching YouTube or listening to books or listening to music, and I feel like this month I have done that extra. Not to, like, I really don't mean to make this all sound like a pity party, because my life is really good and I'm very blessed and very grateful, but I just wasn't expecting this month to be as busy and overwhelming as it has been. So in the moments where I do want to drown out reality, I'm grateful for my AirPods to have the noise canceling feature and just be able to kind of escape into a different realm, into a different world. And the next favorite that I have, I guess, kind of wraps into that as well. My next favorite was worship music, or just Christian music in general. I feel like I kind of wasn't listening to worship music a whole lot for a while. My husband and I met on our old church's worship team back in 2020, and when we were both on the worship team, we sang all the time, and we were quite busy with the worship team. So I felt like all that I was listening to was worship music for a while, but it wasn't necessarily by my own choice. It was kind of just like I needed to learn a new song, or I needed to practice for church on Sunday. So after we moved to our new church, I have not joined the worship team yet. Who knows, maybe in the future I will join. But as of now, I have not joined the new worship team. So I feel like I was kind of just not really feeling like listening to worship music on my own, which is really sad for me personally. But I recently have gotten back into it, especially in times where I have been feeling not as great, and that has been awesome, and I'm really happy that I've been listening to worship music more, and I definitely want to keep that at the top of my priority list, because I do think that worshiping on your own and by your own accord is really important and really necessary as a Christian in my own walk with God. But I won't get into all of that. I've just been loving like Torrin Wells and Maverick City and Elevation Worship. I enjoy the old Hillsong songs. Yeah, there's just a lot of great bands and great artists that create lovely Christian music that really helps me to ground myself and bring myself back to reality. So yeah, that's been lovely. And then the last favorite from the entertainment section, I guess, is Disney Channel original movies. Again, with my whole escaping reality, I feel like I've just been wanting to reminisce on old Disney movies and new Disney movies. So my husband and I rewatched all 3 of the High School Musical movies. We rewatched The Cheetah Girls. I watched for the first time the Zombie movies, which is a newer Disney Channel movie series, I guess. There's 4 movies. It was all right. It definitely gave me that like Disney Channel feel, which is what I was wanting. So it was fun, but I don't know that I would necessarily watch them again personally. I started to rewatch the Descendants movies. My husband and I watched Minutemen. We watched Sky High. I don't know. We've watched a lot of Disney Channel movies, so that has definitely been a favorite for August. It's been really fun to watch those movies and get a flashback to my childhood. And then I have 2 last final random favorites. The first one, again, this has been said in my other videos, my other favorites. I have talked about crafts and doing craft projects. I, as an adult, love doing crafts. I love doing random little craft projects. I've done more bedazzling. It is honestly a problem at this point. I have put rhinestones on like anything that I possibly can. I've shown a lot of it on my shorts on my channel. So if you like glittery, bedazzled, rhinestoned things, definitely check out my shorts on my channel. I also did a couple other little craft projects. My sister got me this lamp for my birthday. I actually showed that at the very beginning of August, also on a short on my channel. Yeah, I don't know. I just enjoy doing crafts. It's a good way to relax and kind of focus on something that's not super serious. So I've continued to do crafts, and I'm sure that I will keep doing them in the future. And then the last favorite that I have to show you guys is probably my top favorite item for this month, and it is the purse that I have been using. This is a Mickey Mouse. I don't even know what this bag is called, but it's like a crossbody sling. It's basically the Disney version of the Bagoo Crescent bag. So there's a little backstory to this purse. I get the Shop Disney emails emails every single day. If you've been around on my channel, you know I'm a huge Disney fan. I am a certified Disney adult, and I get the emails where they show you all of the new merchandise and the sales and all the things. So I saw this bag. It might have been in like June or maybe even earlier than that. It was a few months back, and I fell in love with this bag. It is such a good size. I love that it's all black on the outside, and it has just the Mickey Mouse little logo, and on the strap it says Mickey Mouse all across. And then on the inside, I'll show you guys this quick before I finish the story. So the inside is yellow with a bunch of little Mickey Mouses. I don't love the inside. I am not a huge yellow fan, but because it's only on the inside, I'm okay with it, and I love the Mickey Mouse design. It has this one zipper pocket, and then it is just open on the inside. You can see my little bag of cashews and my other random items in there. That's besides the point. So I saw this bag on the Disney email, and I fell in love, and I told my husband about it, but I was like, I can't wait until we can go back so I can buy a bag like this. Anyway, then, of course, I started seeing it all over Instagram. All of the Disney influencers were using this bag. It kept popping up on the Shop Disney emails, and eventually it sold out, of course. So I was really sad, and honestly, I really regretted not buying it when it first was released. And I told my husband that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sad, yada, yada, yada. And a lot of the times with Disney merchandise, they will release it once, and then they kind of just don't bring it back. So it was either late July or early August, and they re-released the bag. I was so excited, but I was like, I don't need it. I really don't need it. I really want it, but I don't need it. But my sweet, sweet husband bought it. My husband's grandma, my grandma-in-law, I don't know, whatever you would call that, his grandma gave us each some money around my birthday, and it was like money for all of the missed holidays or something. I don't know. She was just being very nice and gave us some money. So my husband took the money that he was given, and he bought me the bag. Oh, I love him so much. I was so, honestly, actually, at first, I was really mad at him. I was like, you should use that money for you. But he was like, no, I really want to get you the bag. And he was just really sweet, and he wouldn't let me say no. So I was like, fine. And he bought it for me. At first, I wasn't even going to use it. I was going to save it for the next time that we go to Disney World. But then I was like, no, life is way too short for me to only use this bag once we go on a trip. And honestly, I don't know when we'll go back to Disney. It could be 2 years from now. It could be 5 years from now. Hopefully it is sooner. But I just really loved this bag, and I wanted to start using it. So I've been using it for a couple of weeks now, and I love it so much. It fits so many items, and it's just so convenient. I had to go to an appointment one day, and I brought a book with me, which it has been a long to fit a book into the purses that I've brought with me, because I usually carry just like a little handbag, but I could fit a book in there. I could fit a water bottle if I wanted to. I could fit snacks. Obviously, I just showed you guys I have snacks in there. I could fit so many things in there, and it's just so convenient, so wonderful. Plus, it's Disney, so you know that I'm gonna love it. So that was the last item. I don't know, I just feel like this month really flew by, and there weren't many things that wowed me this month. My final favorite, even though I said that was my last favorite, I'm gonna say that my final favorite is the weather that we've been having where I live. I live in the Midwest, and we have started to feel some chilly weather. We have started to feel some cold in the mornings. It's like 40 degrees, which is unheard of. Usually it is hot, like to the extreme, until the middle of September. So I hope that we continue to have some colder weather, and I hope that September is a better month than August was. But I actually hope that you guys had a wonderful August, and I do hope that your September is incredible as well. If you guys have any favorites or any recommendations of products that I should try out in September, let me know below. I hope that you guys found this video entertaining, relaxing, comforting, whatever you needed today. If you are not already, feel free to subscribe, join our family, give the video a like if you liked it, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.